What up, Scott? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Scott? Hello, Scott. Can't hear you, buddy. Did you get your audio fixed there, Scott? He'll come back. Alrighty. Let's do a little show and tell here. See what we got so far. Mr. Michael. Can you hear me, Mr. Michael? Can't hear anybody. We're dead. Dead in the water. Can the chat hear me? That's all I care about. Can the chat hear me? Michael can hear me, but I can't hear you, Michael. So I gotta fix your audio. While you're doing that, I am gonna pull up something real quick. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with their audio. They got something going on. Allow the microphone on their computer. They're not muted. They're perfectly fine. You see that, guys? Kayla says you need to allow Zoom audio on your device. Something on your guys' computers. What we got? Scott jumping back. Can you hear me, Scott? Russ? Scott? Can you hear me, Russ? I assume you can. Everyone else says they can hear me, but I can't hear anyone talking. Oh, I thought I heard somebody. I don't know why it's not working, Kayla. They're all on. All their audio's on. Scott has two things going here. Maybe that one. It's got to be on their side. I don't have anything set on my side. The microphone is allowed for their computer. It's not muted or anything.
Think I got it.
Oh, we got one finally.
Man, that was too hard.
It's always a struggle the first go.
What's up, Corey? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, good. Doing great. Just trying to get this thing filled up as you already know.
Yeah.
We're struggling to get to 64, but we're almost there. Almost there.
Is it just you and me right now?
Michael Ware's technically on here, but he's got the same problem you have. I don't know what you have to do to get it to allow the microphone.
What you said, copying it and going to the web browser worked really good.
Oh, okay. Is that Troy Brown? The winner of the last one? Yeah.
What's up, Troy? How you doing, buddy?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got you.
Pretty good.
What's your next event there, Troy?
Probably Arkansas State. Michael's putting on. Can you hear me?
Oh, Michael Todd?
Yeah, and I'm pulling Tucker. June 8th.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tucker. Yep. Yeah, that should be interesting. He's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he went right through me. His style's horrible for me.
Good things about that kid.
So I was supposed to pull in that event, Troy, and I backed out because me and Colin are both supposed to come to Colorado 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tight.
Yeah. And I mean, this is worth a hell of a lot more than Missouri rankings, so.
Well, I appreciate that comment. I mean, Troy did win the last one. He should know. But yeah, the biggest thing right
Sure.
now is getting this thing filled up, and it's crazy to me that we've had
I'm lagging
about
here.
10 times the amount of people qualified for this one, but had a harder time filling this one. It's just bonkers. Considering last time the 242s only had like I think 90 people or 80 people qualified. But yeah, this time around, I think we had 400 or 500 people qualified. I mean, I'm even giving it out to people now that are slightly outside of our ranges, but will make, pull well and whatever else. Overall makes sense. So, and then some lightweights. We've had a couple of lightweights want to jump in. So,
Is Isaac really wanting to jump in?
Yeah, Isaac would jump in 2 seconds if I let him.
Fuck, let him. Shit.
I mean, he's gonna pull Kalen, which Kalen, him pulling a super mesh right before that starting, so he'll be a little bit tired, I'd assume.
I would think, but I mean, if he wants in, let him in.
I mean, I have to look at his numbers. He might qualify. I mean, he'd be the shortest one for sure. All 5'2" of them.
Yeah, no kidding. That is the tiniest big dude I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's for sure. No, if it really comes down to it, I'll put him in. But we got a really wide range on this one just the kind of people this time. Whereas before it was more, very, very similar pullers, very similar styles. We are very high rated on this one compared to the other one too.
Yeah, but I mean, Supers is such a broad range. It's huge.
Yeah, it's
242. Not so broad.
Yeah, we only had just 3 guys that were coming from Supers down to 242s. The rest were all 242 guys. So it's,
I mean, I have to cut every time to make 242. So
right. Yeah, I mean, we only had like 1 or 2 people not make weight and then had to weigh in later for the 42 class. And this one being Supers, I removed the weigh-ins because there's no point. And then you just show up and get your shirt, and a couple hours later arm wrestle. So,
I mean, I'm ready. I think it's going to be fun.
No, every single person that was there last time thought it was a great experience. I mean, the venue is tight. It's not a big venue, but we don't really need a big venue for this. It looks like a lot of people when you're in there, but it's not. It's 100 people or so. But this one's gonna be different because we are going to actually do pay-per-view, so that'll be pretty cool. I think Robert Kelly is gonna help us out with that, get that figured out.
What are the numbers right now? How close are we? Are we still 10 away?
We are sitting at 57. So not 10.
7.
We're 7 people.
Okay.
Yep. And like I said, I've basically cracked open the window for just about most people, except for really good arm wrestlers, to join in. Anything lightweight, heavyweight, don't matter. So
I got to say, I'm really surprised Brian Sitton is ranked so low. Brian's a strong ass puller.
Yeah, so he's a 1528 overall, and compared to you, he's a 1537. That's not very much difference. That's under 10 points. That's basically nothing. So
yeah.
I
mean, I've only pulled him one time in a tournament, and he blew right through me. But that was right after my left bicep tendon, and I was pulling with one hand. I wasn't even holding the peg.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was down at Nationals, IFA Nationals in Dallas.
Yeah. See, unlike the 42s, the 42s was a little difficult to match people because there was such a high. There was only like 10 people that were pretty close to each other, and then it got really far apart. This is like, the first 20 guys are all within 50, 60 points of each other.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really easy to match people up.
So are you just doing them by points, like straight?
Essentially how it works is we first go off of this number that you can see on the screen. So that number is the base number that we use. And then we also pull in your best wins and losses and use that as a secondary value to move you up and down. And then we adjust for weight. So if you are normally a 220 guy or a 54 guy, for that sake, I think there's only one 176 dude.
Who's 176 in this?
Well, right now we have Daryl Allen and Michael Edwards is going to be the other one. So there's two 76ers in here.
I don't even know those names.
Yeah. Mike's from Texas. Daryl is from Colorado. There's a couple of 220 guys, 230 plus guys, and then everyone else is massive, 300 plus.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the biggest guy is. I want to say Saray is probably the biggest, but I'm not.
He's over
sure.
400, isn't he?
I don't think so. I'm not
right
100%
at 400.
sure.
I think it's what he said the other day.
Yeah, he's big. He's definitely big. I'm not exactly sure.
Y'all better watch out for Richard.
Yeah, Richard's good. The thing with Richard though, I had to really look at his stats because he doesn't pull a lot of good arm wrestlers. He has a couple of really good wins, but he doesn't pull a lot of good people. But he destroys everybody he pulls.
He pretty much only pulls in Arkansas.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. He only pulls in Arkansas.
Well, he's going to Louisiana State tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Michael Ware just told me he can't talk for some reason. He was 430 2 years ago. Oh, you might be close to the biggest one.
Oh yeah, Michael. Yeah, he's
a big boy. But no. Michael's 330 right now. He said. So he's still pretty big. I know Kaufman was in the 42s last time. He had to lose a crap ton of weight to make weight. Last time I talked to him, he was 280. So I don't think he's planning on getting any smaller.
So Troy and I were talking the other night.
Yeah.
What do you think the elevation difference is going to do to most of these super heavyweight guys?
So that's funny because I brought this up on the last time, and a couple people said it didn't do much to them, but a lot of people said that it did affect them as they got further into the tournament. But for these guys, yes, I think if you're not from this area and you already have breathing problems or you're slow as it is, it's definitely going to affect you. It won't, maybe not after the first match, but second or third match in, you'll start feeling it. Because I think Loveland is 5,000 or maybe 6,000, somewhere around there.
I'm at like a 13.
Not crazy.
I'm at like a 1,300 feet where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big difference.
I've had so many people come here, and they act like it's fine at first, and then they start getting into a cardiovascular situation, and then it just kills you. But Michael Edwards just said it affects him 100%, and any long matches will just kill you. It'll ruin you. Which I love long matches in this setup, so hopefully we get some.
I'm hoping to be like Troy and just not have a match at all.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a little harder this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Troy. So when Troy pulled, the average elo was about a 14, a high or a low 14. This one's already mid 14s, like almost 1460 now. So the average of polar in this one is significantly higher than when Troy pulled, which bodes well for it being a lot harder.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I already looking at the competition. I can see that. I mean, there's a lot of names in there that I don't know at all. Um,
Isn't that
I
the best
pulled
part?
Anthony, I pulled Brian, and I've heard of Trapper Saltzman and a few other guys, but like very few of them have I even heard of.
Well, I mean, so you guys know Richard already.
Well, yeah, Richard.
Soray's from Colorado, big, tall, long arms. Kind of likes to do a king's move ish kind of thing, open top roll. I believe Sal is from somewhere south, Texas or something like that, Louisiana. Alan is a California guy, or Al. I don't know how you say it, Aline or whatever. Nick Adams, Texas dude. TJ, I'm not exactly sure.
Who's the highest ranked so far that's entered?
So far, it would be Richard. But he's gonna get degraded because his best wins are not against good people. So it'll
he has
probably
a lot of wins, but not against ranked pullers, basically.
Yeah. So higher rated pullers, he doesn't beat very often. The person who actually beats higher rated pullers is Alan. He has the highest rated puller win ratio.
Alan,
which is
Alan who?
Hadiz I don't know how to say his name. I'll have to figure out how to say that. Him and Nick Adams have the highest rated polar wins, so they'll get moved because of that. I can't remember what yours was. I'd have to look it up. But Russ, or let's see, not Russ. Anthony has some pretty decent ones.
Yeah, Anthony sneaks them in every once in a while.
Yeah, he gets in every once in a while. Who else? Brian again, same thing. He has mid-range polar wins. He doesn't have any significant high wins, which is surprising because he is so strong and everything.
But he shows up to the biggest tournaments and then gets put out by the biggest guys, by the top names.
Yes, and that ruins you for your rating score.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we do a process of this score plus the other one plus the weight, and then make those into one, and then we reseed them after that, and then match you up. Obviously, I try to make it to where you don't pull someone you train with or whatever. Because we don't want that. But another thing that most people, let me stop this for a second. Most people don't understand how we're doing the bracket either. So I will actually show you that just because you're on here. It looks like Scott's back on. Did you get your audio fixed there, Scott? Doesn't look so. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Share.
As soon as I copied that to my browser, it went just fine. Instead of just going straight in.
Did you hear that, Scott? If you copy it to your browser, that's the way to do it. All right.
I just don't know how to make that bigger so I can see it better.
The screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. No, that didn't help. Yeah.
Maybe I can, here, let me focus it.
You need to connect to your TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that technical. I'm on my phone here.
So I'll zoom in on the bracket so you can get a better understanding. But so the way this bracket works out is you have 4 sections or 4 16-man brackets essentially.
Yeah.
the 4 16s come down to a center, then the upper 16s, upper 2 16s merge together in the center here, and then they pull, and then you pull the guy below you. So the lower 16, 32 guys used to say get an actual chance to get into the top 4 essentially. But that's, I mean, it's not easy to get through that because you got to win. I think essentially 9 times is the goal. 9 wins gets you to the championship.
That's
If
straight
you,
A side wins, right?
Yeah, you would have to win straight 9 times straight, no losses. If you lose in the first round, you got to win 13 times. And then and then when you get to the top 8, we have pull-offs. So this is a little bit different than a normal tournament where you would if you lose and then you're out kind of thing. This would not apply. So if you lose, you get put into a 5th, 6th, and a 7th, 8th, a 3rd, 4th bracket essentially to get that actual placement. So you'll have one more match than you normally do to get actual placed. So that's a little bit different than usual. But this section right here is the main difference, is bringing the top 32 together to winner, lower 32 together to winner. If we don't get to 64, obviously there's going to be a couple buys, and more than likely we'll have probably 1 or 2 on each 16, I guess, depending on how many actual don't show up. But that's the hard part, is trying to figure out where to actually seat those properly and make it fair, because the key is to make it fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, little difficult, but you guys should be. If I look back at these numbers again, I would imagine you're probably going to be. So you're 11. You're in number 10 spot right now, just overall. After the reseed and stuff, you might end up somewhere around there. So if we were to, let me look at this again, share this again. There we go. We'll just assume. If I had to assume who you would pull just by looking at this, if we match 2, 4, 6, 8, so you would probably get Brandon Allen if everything stayed the same. I imagine this is going to change up here because I've seen the numbers, but I would imagine you can basically guess that one of these 4 or 5 people right here you're going to get somewhere in that range. Brandon, Kenny, Chris Kaufman, Anthony, one of those 4 or 5 guys there.
I don't dislike those odds.
Yeah, I mean it's a crapshoot.
I mean, Brandon's one of the guys I was a little worried about, but
what? Because you saw him on King of the Table?
no, I mean just because he's a seasoned puller. I mean,
yeah. Again, he's a seasoned puller who doesn't have great wins on great guys.
yeah, but I mean, I don't have great wins on great guys either. So
that is why you're here, my friend. Yeah, I mean, just like Troy, he showed that he was the man, and he came back and he did well at nationals. He's done well at the rest of the tournaments. Now he's got an opportunity to pull one of the best in Texas, and look.
I'm anxious for that match. I'm really looking forward to that because I mean, he spanked me. Tucker did. I mean, it was bad.
Well, I'm working on some stuff for him, so I'm going to give him my best.
I think you're a little better equipped than I am for his style, honestly. I mean, I have a very hard time with a posting top roller anyway. I'm working on that, and my elbow's feeling better than it has in a very long time, hence the super heavy curls that I'm doing. But I don't know. I mean, it's still his style is my kryptonite every time.
Mine too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be awesome to see what happens.
Just
Jeremy
don't pull
Parker
anything a
says-
couple weeks before that, Troy.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take
I mean,
my
that's
team
a
with
really
us
serious match.
for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Troy I think pulled really well at nationals. I think you got second place to who'd you lose to? I can't remember.
Jack
Oh, Surveya.
Surveyor, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I've actually pulled
inside
that
pressure-
kid. He's very he's very strong. He has an incredible press.
He
Gotta
does.
keep him away from that. I pulled him in Washington at one of Tim's tournaments. Very strong.
Yeah, I
Did you
cramped
beat
up
him?
that first round. It took me a while to get over that.
Yeah.
Corey, did you beat him or did he beat you?
We pulled in the after pull because I didn't actually pull in the tournament.
Oh, okay.
But if I pull him away from his arm, I can sit there and do whatever. But if I let him get into that, there's no stopping it.
Yeah,
His
and
press is stupid.
He's very good at getting to it. I mean,
Yeah, he
I
has a
had
very
several
long arm
long-
and a very big hand.
yeah. And he's tall. He's very good at getting into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just able every time we were practice on the table. If I hit him hard enough to get him opened up, then he can't get in behind his shoulder, and then I can stop it the whole time. And it's a little bit easier when I just had the strap because then I could just worry about pulling him across the table rather than trying to control his hand into it.
Right.
But yeah, if he gets there, holy cow, there's nothing I could do.
It's strong.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, he's very good. And not taking anything away from him or anybody, I don't think I was 100% at nationals personally. That's just my own opinion. But I had a 35, almost 40-pound weight cut to get to weight. So I'm sure that took a toll, but
Well, I mean, yeah, all that makes a big difference. But we have a serious wide variety of people in this thing that you could very well have a bad day in the first couple rounds and someone from the bottom side comes through, very similar to what almost happened with ours, our last one, and Andy Stanford got some good wins and pulled out that third place or fourth place or whatever it was.
yeah.
Oldest guy in the tournament,
Andy's really strong, though. I mean, of course, he didn't do as fair as well at nationals, but Andy is very strong.
Bobby Miller is only 198 pounds and he got third place. I don't think you pulled him, Troy, did you?
Yeah, I
Only
pulled him.
oh yeah, because he won. Yeah, I mean for 198 pounds, that kid's strong as hell.
Yeah, he felt
he's,
strong in setup for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he got third place, so
I mean, aside from Troy, I don't think there's anybody in the 242 class that has ever beaten me.
well that's good company. That
Yeah.
bodes well for you winning this thing.
Well, we'll see. I mean, like I said, Brian Sitton's a strong dude. He's a very good inside puller.
Flash
Yeah.
man, Russ.
Yeah.
That is going to be my goal. If I pull him. I mean, Anthony Lowe, I know how to beat Anthony. I know why he was asking all the questions he was asking.
Yeah. Yeah, why were you asking us? Why don't you come on here, Anthony? Why you keep just in the chat? He's scared to come on here. He's just sitting in the chat.
Come on, Anthony, get in here.
Yeah, no, I know why he's asking all the questions. He's trying to find every method possible.
No, yeah, and He's a very good puller. He's a very smart puller.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know much about TJ or Ryan or any of those guys.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like Scott figured his mic out.
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
it
we
is.
got you.
Okay,
There
good.
you go. How you feeling there, Scott? I know you've been banging down my door for this for a while now.
Yeah, so what you have on there is lower than where I'm at now. I bumped up from my super match last week.
Oh, I'll readjust it. Yeah, this is just the base numbers that I pulled when you came.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
We'll
right
go
now it's like at a 1508 or something now.
Yeah. Yep, you'll get readjusted and stuff. So if I had to readjust you with the 1508, you'd be somewhere in here, and then I adjust your other couple scores, that your best wins and all that. This guy right here, he is a Russian he lives in Denver now. Hasn't
Oh.
pulled in 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He asked me nicely if he could join, and I said sure, why not? Give it
At
a
least
whirl,
it
I
was
guess.
nicely.
So he has no ranking if he hasn't pulled in 15 years.
Yeah, he has no ratings. He couldn't name anyone that I've ever heard of over in Russia that was worth anything.
But he could
I don't
surprise
even.
the shit out of us.
I think he's 220, 230 maybe at the most. So he's not even a super.
Oh, he's a little feller.
Yeah, but he's Russian.
No.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
Russian. He's Russian.
Oh, it looks like he's actually done some training with the Colorado guys. He's an outside puller. Kenny just responded. He's a
So he's
very
been
strong
pulling
outside puller.
So he's been pulling with Syrie's group then?
Sounds like it. Kenny, why don't
Cool.
you jump on here? Since
Man,
you know that guy.
First time I met Pablo was in like 2017 or so, 2018 maybe. And it was at Hinton, one of the USAA tournaments. No one ever knew of him, and he blasted everybody. I mean, it was stupid.
Yeah.
Pavlo's got a super match coming up with my training partner in September, Cody Merritt.
Yeah, I love Cody. Cody's a good dude.
Yeah, he's good people.
Yeah, this Mark guy, sounds like he's a pretty strong dude. He just needs to. Luke says, "Here, check this out." This is Luke.
Damn it, Luke! I thought we were buddies.
That's one of your refs there. He's gonna make sure you do well.
Yeah, Luke's a good feller.
It's not looking like it at the moment. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we'll see.
Luke's a good rep.
No,
I really like. I like his repping style.
Yeah, we have Luke and Tim as our main head guys. Then we have Bill Onifray coming in, and also Isaac Luna will be another downside.
Solid rep.
Good solid refs. I don't run any tournaments without good refs. That's plain and simple. I mean, there's been all kinds of talk on Facebook right now about reffing and stuff, but that's the one thing I don't skip on.
There's been too much talk about too much shit on Facebook right now.
Yeah,
right. True story. Sure. Let's just arm wrestle, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just pull.
So yeah, looking at your values here, Scott, if we just slightly adjust you with assuming what would happen, I would assume that you're probably going to end up pulling one of these people right here. Maybe you'll get put against that Mark guy. I don't know.
Okay, I was going to say I don't even recognize the names.
I can't even read it. It's too small on my screen.
Nick, Colin, Mark. Yeah,
Wait,
I don't even know those guys.
Jacob Miller? Is that? No,
Jacob Robinson. I don't know.
I thought I knew everybody on the list. I don't know those guys.
I know two of those guys.
There's a lot of
There's
guys I don't recognize on the list.
So Joe Meek's on here now. Joe Meek is better with his left, isn't he?
Yes, Joe is significantly better with his left.
I know he's elite with his left.
That's kind of the best part about this is that, you know, there is guys on here that are really good lefties and they can't make it, but their right arm sucks enough that they can be on here. So
Right.
Are you going to do a left-handed series at some point, Corey, if this goes well?
Oh yeah, no, I want to do all the weight classes, all hands. You know, I'm even talking potentially doing you know, multiple weights and hands at the same time. I'm working. Yeah, I'm not just gonna stay at this. You know, it's just incredibly difficult to coordinate with 64 people.
Yeah,
I've
seeing
learned
that.
that already. So.
So
That is probably the biggest struggle with this.
what made you fall on 64?
It's even.
Okay.
It's even. It's even.
It's an even four-way.
Yeah, basically, yes. If I had an end goal with this, it would be 128. I think 128 just brings so much craziness. But there, and so many people already thought there was no way in the world I'd ever get to 64. So, we got to start somewhere. But
Yeah.
The last one you did took only about 4 hours to run through everybody, didn't it?
It was 3.5 hours.
That's
We
pretty
did have the
fast.
super match. Yeah, 3.5 hours with the super match that we braked for and split down to one table. You can basically assume the same thing with this one.
Cool.
Yeah, we run really fast. We're not, you know, that was one of the biggest things people asked last time was how much time will I have between matches?
Well, you don't
And
really
we
know.
kinda-
I mean,
we kind of figured it out. It would be about the first round you'd have about 30 minutes, and in every round that went down, you lost about 8 to 10 minutes. So, I mean, it's pretty quick. It goes pretty fast. There's no lag time.
So yeah, I talked to Troy Brown that won your last one. He was saying he had to pull 7 guys straight because he didn't have any losses.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
7
yeah.
or 9, something like that.
Yeah, nine matches straight. Yep.
Oh, I thought he told me 7, 9. Okay.
yeah, but it's not all at once. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
like Corey just said, after the first match, you got like a 30-minute break.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I
is
sitting
good.
down eating beef
That's
jerky
good.
and eating
I
candy
like
and
that.
chilling.
Drinking a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the biggest things here is the rules are all the same as normal rules. We still have our 3 foul system. I mean, we don't change any of that stuff. I only add 3 fouls because I like the dynamic that gives you that second chance, you know.
Oh, I love that. I'm glad you're doing that. That's awesome.
But the reffing is strict. We don't play around on the refs. You know, that's a no brainer for me.
Right.
Yes, two. Anthony's asking the same questions as usual. 2 warnings, 3 fouls, but it's 2 warnings, and then that's a foul. 2 warnings, that's another foul. 2 warnings, that's another foul.
So 6
So,
warnings.
yes, I
is
get-
foul.
So you can get a whole
Yeah.
bunch of false starts then.
That's exactly right. And there's a lot of last time was about professional fouls. You use fouls professionally to, you know, restart a match if you need to or whatever.
Yeah.
I
But,
think that's part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
A foul in a losing position is a loss, right?
Intentionally fouling in a losing position is a loss, yes. If you foul and it's somewhat up high or whatever, they're just going to call a foul. But
Right.
intentionally fouling is different.
So, like,
And
if you're in
part
a
is
losing position
intention.
and you pull your elbow off, that's a loss.
Yeah, it's going to, you know, if they see that you did it intentionally to try not to lose, yes, of course you're going to lose. But it also depends on where you're at on the losing position side, I guess. But I didn't see too many, you know, where they were way low. It was mainly like the guy's hands like just about past center or whatever. and then they're starting to feel something horrible happening, and then they would foul on purpose to restart the match and start with a different hit or whatever. Not too many times where guys like losing all the way and like an inch off the pad and trying to bail out or whatever. I think only like once or twice did that happen, but not too many times would somebody do that to try to restart the match and then foul out essentially.
I mean, chances are if you get put there pretty quickly, it's going to happen again too.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's Luke and Tim are right on it all every time. They're all over watching that nonsense. So
yeah,
and then unfortunately, I mean, I don't like King's movers, but fortunate enough, we have a King's mover in this one. So that'll be interesting how that goes.
You got a couple of them.
Is there more than one? I guess I don't know the other guys.
I don't know if Siray's still a King's mover, but I've seen him do it before.
He's a more of an open hand, but he will go Kings. He will go full retard, you know.
Retard. Yeah.
If I get put in a King's move, I'm going to battle from it, but I don't go there intentionally for damn sure.
Yeah, some people just find themselves there all of a sudden.
Here's Luke's thing here. Losing position is defined at the area between the top of the peg and the top of the pin pad. So it's a very small area.
A very small area. Okay.
And if you're in that area and you bail out or whatever, you're gonna get called. But like I said, I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember too many times that actually happened. But with King's movers, they better be careful because that could happen, and they will call the King's move. They're not going to let that thing sit out there for an hour.
Right.
Good.
But, who's the other King's mover? Who is it, Torrey?
Scroll down there again. Got Shane Clayton. He's one.
Shane's a King's mover? Oh, great.
Sort of.
Sort of King's mover?
And then, yeah.
I don't think any of these other guys
Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Brandon
Allen used to be.
Yeah, he kind of
once upon a time.
A little bit.
Dustin Smith, he'll get there sometimes.
Well, I guess the rest will be
lately Brandon's
ready
just
for
been top rolling. It looks like anyway.
Oh, Kenny's on here. Sorry, I didn't even see it, Kenny.
No, you're good.
Kenny is definitely not a King's mover, so
no.
You won't have to worry about none of that. I was trying really hard, Kenny, to get Robert Fowler into this, but he has a family issue that he has to be for.
Boy, he's a strong feller. Fowler,
I'd
strong
him
kid.
in Colorado.
Right.
He's a strong kid.
But he would have probably got matched up between you guys. He's right in that area.
He's very strong.
Who's the 16-year-old that's going to be in it?
Connor Owen.
Connor, yep. This kid right here.
Where's he from?
Arkansas.
I think Arkansas, yeah.
Cool.
How do I not know him?
You will on the 22nd.
Did Levi Prince get in it?
No, hey, tell him to message me.
I don't think there's any way Levi can afford to go.
Yeah.
Nothing against Levi.
He'd be good. Yeah, it looks like he's getting really strong, but financially he won't be able to make it.
No, I don't.
You pulled this Mark kid there, Kenny?
Yeah, last weekend actually. Very strong.
Isaacs?
Yeah, very strong outside. Got some nasty back pressure. But you get him in a hook, he loses all of his power.
Hey,
Kenny, Russians are usually strong inside.
Kenny, how much do you weigh right now?
330.
Jesus.
What about Russ? Russ, what do you weigh right now?
255, 260.
I'm sitting at 285 right now. I'm usually 300 on the dot, but I'm at 285.
I try really hard not to get much above 260. I'm normally a 242 puller.
Yeah.
Really.
I usually
Yeah,
show up. I usually show up on the day at 300.
that's the good thing about this is that you don't really have to be a monster. You can still make
Right.
it because
No, you just have to be
Yeah.
strong. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty strong, but
how many of you guys ever pulled this kid, Thomas?
Never heard
Never
of
heard of him.
Never heard of him.
You guys will definitely know him on the 22nd. I've been to many tournaments with this guy, and he's actually pretty good. He doesn't I wouldn't say he travels a lot, but I want to say he's from Illinois maybe or something, maybe Missouri. But
What's his-
he's pretty
Travis?
good.
Thomas what?
Thomas Golston. I think he actually goes like Thomas Golston the third or something.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Sounds familiar. If he's from Missouri or Illinois, I should know him.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's where I see him there every Illinois State.
If he's pulled Illinois State, I've probably pulled him before.
Well, I mean, I would think you have, but
Is it Raul on the list?
Raul is on the list. Yes,
Okay, I thought so.
he hasn't finished paying and stuff yet, but I would imagine he'll be in.
He told me he was doing it last weekend, so
Good. It's in his backyard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it better. It's right down the street from his house.
Yep.
Colin
yeah,
Burns, he's on here from Missouri. He's a good puller. Inside press, really good inside press.
I've pulled him once. It's been a few years, but
This
I
is
s-
Thomas Golston right here. This guy.
okay,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
know who he is.
Yeah,
I've pulled. Yeah, I know him.
I've seen him.
He's a better
I didn't know-
left-handed
I didn't know
puller,
his
isn't he?
name, but I've
He's
seen
definitely better left-handed. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really good. Yeah, he's pretty strong. Where is he from then? St. Louis. Yeah, I see he's in Missouri.
Yeah.
I was right.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I see him in a lot of those tournaments up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
does pretty
horrible
well.
with names. Yeah.
I met him 3 years ago down there in Hinton, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I see you got
doesn't-
Cody Hunick on the list, the guy I had the super match with, huh?
Yeah, Cody jumped in after he
That's good.
got beat down by you.
That's good.
He wanted some revenge, I think.
That was
And-
a death match. We had like a 30-minute super match.
That's perfect. That bodes well for the numbers because it shows when you polled you were 10 points apart from each other, or not even 10 points actually. About
He's been
9 points.
pulling for 17 years, Cody Hunick.
Yeah.
At Bob Brown's.
Yeah.
Now, Bob Brown, he's
Uh,
from Arizona, ain't he?
Salt Lake City,
Salt
Utah.
Lake City,
he
yeah.
has a winter house down there, but
Okay,
lives in Salt Lake
yeah.
City.
Leander is Arizona. He's pretty good. High-end amateur guy.
It is really surprising how many guys would not get in this.
Dude, I can't even. I mean, Frank and I literally messaged 400 people, and most
believe
were
it.
no's.
That's weird.
Well,
This is quite
it's
an
crazy.
opportunity.
What problem that you had is you posted who was already in it. You should have hid that till everyone was
Yeah, but
registered.
That's what I try to tell everyone. It doesn't matter who's in it because it's
Yeah,
all
it
about
doesn't
where you get
matter.
seated.
Yeah, but in the super heavyweight class, there are so many guys out there. They nitpick their competitions to run
but
away from the tough guys.
But you get, you might get on the other side of the whole entire bracket from that dude and never match him up until the end. It just depends on, literally, it all depends on the ratings and where you end up seated wise.
Oh,
And
I know, but all
Yeah,
they
I know
all they
what you're
see
saying,
is
that's-
a couple guys.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, I mean,
Anthony
there's some good
playing
names on this
quarterback.
list, honestly.
Oh
That-
yeah, like that Brian Sitton. I've been really wanting to pull him. That Trapper.
That's what I was just
I've
gonna
been-
say. Brian's a tough guy.
Brian's super strong, guys. Super strong.
Yeah.
But he's
I'm
not
not
fast,
publishing
is
the
he?
bracket until the night before, but that's simply because I don't. You don't know how many times I changed the bracket on the 242 class. It was absolutely bananas.
You changed it like
Yeah.
20 times.
Oh, minimum 20
at least.
times. It was.
I don't want to know the bracket until the day of, honestly.
Yeah.
I really don't.
No, I plan to do it on that Friday. Do a little show or something on the Friday since we don't have weigh-ins. I'll just do this instead, and just probably show the spots as they come about.
Who's going to commentate it?
So it's gonna be me and JC Child. I don't remember if you remember when did you come? You did the Wyoming State stuff, right? When we did the Area Super Series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be me and him going
Okay.
on the commentating. So we did. I think we did a really good job on the 64 at Wyoming, but or the Super Series matches.
Yeah. I thought you guys did too, and even the 242 class that you guys just had, that turned out really good.
Isaac didn't talk much.
No, he didn't.
No, Isaac's gonna arm wrestle and ref. So, and JC and I kind of play good off of each other. So, I think it'll be good. And then, like I said, this time we're gonna do the pay-per-view instead. So that'll help raise some more money.
Where's the pay-per-view going to be at?
So it'll be on the same feed that Robert Kelly runs,
Okay.
the armwrestling.live stuff.
Yeah.
You saw the setup last time we had with the cameras and everything. We did a really awesome setup with the cameras.
What's the cost, Corey?
I don't want to get crazy prices. We already do a $5 door fee to get in the door to watch this anyway, so I'm probably gonna do something about $5 or $9, something like that.
That's fair.
All the money goes into the pool anyway, so I don't make money off of this at all.
I mean,
Well, thanks for doing it, Flash.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, thank you. But arm wrestlers are so finicky about paying pay-per-views and spectator fees, and it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's $5 to just come in and watch, and whatever for a couple hours.
I know, but I've had people say they're not coming to a tournament because there was going to be a spectator fee, and they would have to pay that for their family to get in.
That's true. Yeah, and we had I think. What do you think, Troy? We had probably 120 or 130 people in that thing. It was pretty packed.
There wasn't much room.
No, there wasn't much room.
No, I mean, I think it's great. I don't see a problem with it, but so many guys complain about stuff like that. But then if you go and ask for a donation, they're going to give $20.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'd gladly do the donation instead, not do a door fee, but the door fee just goes in to put in more money to pay the super matches and everything else, and
No, I completely understand it, but I've been a part of so many tournaments that so many guys complain about a door fee, a spectator fee.
Right. I look at this tournament is not like the normal tournaments.
I think many people.
I agree with that.
I think too many people complain instead of having the attitude of gratitude. I mean, this is a part of history in the making, and whatever it costs to get in, whatever it costs to get out there, I think worth it. It's priceless.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a part of something that is the first of its kind.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing here. Is like,
right.
If I keep getting these done and getting 64 guys each time, the money just keeps building up, and the mutual fund just keeps growing. And next thing you know, we're not doing $5,000 ones; we're doing $10,000 ones.
Right.
Or bringing in, 128 guys for, even more money or whatever. So that's the end goal, is to make this thing get so big that $5 is nothing to show up.
Right. Well, the other
You know?
thing is a lot of these names on here that people don't know, they're going to get exposure, and now people are going to know who they are.
A prime example is the guy on this phone call right now, and that is Troy Brown. People knew him.
I watched that video. Troy Brown made it look easy all day.
He did. He did.
And he made it look like he knew what he was doing, and he did it the same every time he got to the table.
And the crazy part is there was only a handful of people who thought he was a favorite. There was so many other people blaming or saying that this guy was a favorite, that guy's a favorite. There was only a small handful that knew Troy and said that he was a favorite.
Rebecca Todd knew he was going to win it. She was telling everybody.
Yeah.
Troy, what did I tell you before the tournament?
Yeah.
For this one or that one?
For this one.
For this one,
second of its kind. I know, Luke.
I don't remember. What did you tell me?
First of the Fat Boys.
No,
I'm not the best around and just doing my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I told you I thought you were the favorite.
Yeah, you told me I was the favorite, and I was equal to you, and you knew I could win it.
Yeah, because I pulled most of the top, what I thought was going to be the top guys of the names that I knew, and none of them slow me down, and you've got wins on me, so.
Right.
Yeah. I mean that's how it goes sometimes though. Now look at Troy. He's getting super matches left and right.
Yeah.
He's a household name.
Yep. Everybody knows who Troy Brown is.
Yeah, made it to nationals.
Yeah. Got his whole weight paid to nationals and got a suite and whatever else. I don't know what he did.
He's a top rolling son of a gun.
But yeah, no, it's awesome.
Hey,
I
don't go inside with Troy either. I promise you, it's just as bad.
Yeah, well, so Nick Adams, I'm sure you guys know him. He says he can't. He's a low posting top roller, and he says he can't top roll with other top rollers, which is hilarious to me.
Did you just say low posting?
Yeah, he
like a low hand posting.
Rolls. Yeah. And he hates top rollers, which is hilarious. And so he's like, well, as long as everyone hooks me, and I'm like, yeah, well, there's not any hookers there. So.
Well, I thought all of us top rollers hated hookers.
Well, I mean,
I do. I hate hookers.
I mean, a hooker has to get you in a hook first, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And sometimes that's not that easy.
Well, the only true hooker on this whole list I can just wrap top of my head right here is Brian. That's the only one. Past that, I don't know anyone else that just straight up hook. Well, you may straight up hook sometimes, but
sometimes, but I try not to anymore. It hurts too bad.
Yeah. But past Brian, I mean, I don't really know anyone else that's a straight hooker. These might be all top rollers.
And I learned a long time ago that trying to beat a good low hand top roll with a hook is almost impossible.
Right, because that's the move that counters pulling out of a hook, fishing out of it.
I used to try to beat Bill Logston by drawing him in, and it's just almost impossible.
Oh, I'll show you how to beat Bill Longston.
Oh, I know how now, but a long time ago I didn't.
Flash him.
Just blast him to the pad, and
you just gotta match him outside and go straight side.
Yeah, you just control him enough, and then just smack him to the pad.
Yeah, but Bill is very good at what he does.
He's super good. Yeah, Scott, you did actually move up. You went to 1503 now.
Oh, 1503. Okay. I lied. I said 1508.
Yeah, I'll adjust you real quick while we're here. Where the heck is Frank? I usually get him on here talking some nonsense. I told him he has to jump in, so
I can see him on the list. Oh boy.
Yeah, he'll be there. He
Frank
can't make 240. He can't make 220s anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
I mean, he's accepted the fatness, so he's become one with it.
What about that that guy he was gonna set me up with a super match with her at your place, Corey. But you put me with AJ instead. It's a kid that training with AJ.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to talk him into it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the
He
works
felt
right
pretty
now.
strong that night.
AJ's an animal.
Yeah, AJ.
AJ Henson?
What is?
Yeah.
AJ Henson. Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ has a training partner now who's about three. He's I want to say that guy's about 300 pounds. And
AJ's got to be ranked too high or rated too high to be able to.
Oh yeah, AJ. Yeah, no, AJ's definitely probably too high. But he has a training partner that is like 300 pounder, and he's pretty strong. New guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him. Yeah, he's tall. Yeah, I'm trying to get him on this, and I don't know. I talked to AJ the other day. You know, AJ doesn't use Facebook or anything, so you got to like call him on one of those carrier pigeon things or whatever.
Satellite phone him.
Dude, it wasn't until like I think maybe 2-3 years ago he got an actual like non-flip phone.
Yeah, me and
That's
him was
awesome.
talking about it.
Dude, he's seriously had an old school flip phone that you got when you were like 12 years old or 16 or whatever, and Nokia, whatever.
Well, shit, he
He's
pretty
had that
much lives in the
forever.
mountains, so
Yeah, if it was him, he wouldn't have a phone.
yeah.
He'd make you come find him in the mountain. But,
I mean, sometimes that's not a horrible idea.
yeah, no, that's just AJ. He's incredibly difficult to get a hold of. But no, I'm working on that guy. I have another guy up in Wyoming that wants to potentially do it. See about him. He's a new guy too. This Declan Harper kid, he was in Montana. Newer kid, like 230-ish, 220. Keith Adels is a guy from Sheridan, Wyoming. We found in Montana. He's only pulled in like 1 or 2 tournaments. Really tall, like super tall, super big hands, pretty strong. He's a newer guy too, though. You all know Henry Moses. He wanted to jump in because his name showed up. Do you know Henry? You gotta know Henry.
Old solid gold.
That's 24 karat. Yeah.
Yeah. Let him in.
24.
Fucking let him in.
No, I put him in. As soon as I told him he's in, he's like, sign me up.
Is he the one that's always wearing the gold suits?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I know him by.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted in, so I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care.
Cool. That's awesome.
Who's that other guy from Illinois or St. Louis area that always pulls every weight class? Oscar. He's a lightweight though. I mean, he pulls like every weight class in the amateurs and then every weight class in the pros. I think his name is
Oscar Anderson.
Yeah.
Oscar Anderson is like 176 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he does qualify. If Oscar wants to join, he could. I mean, I wouldn't stop him. There's a couple other 76s in here that would. I'd match.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't put it past him, but maybe not. I mean, he pulls every single weight class. It's insane.
Well, I mean, if any of you guys know Oscar, call him up. Tell him to jump on here. Brian Corner. Well, yeah, Corner could jump in too if he wants. Let him jump in. Michael Ware's messaging us in the private chat.
He couldn't get his phone to work.
Yeah, he's like, I guess he's got audio problems. I don't know.
It's been a long time since I talked to him.
Jeremy Parker wants to know how many spots are left. How many spots are left? There is 7.
Get in it, Jeremy.
Yeah, where are you at, Jeremy? Aren't you on my list? Didn't I send you a message? Jeremy Parker qualifies. Jump out. You want in, Jeremy? Just give me a holler. You're in. Luke Polsher, you want in?
Come on, Luke.
Yeah,
come on, Luke.
Let's see. I don't even. Do you qualify, Luke? Let's see. I don't even know. No, you're. Oh, you don't have a score in the supers. I guess you would.
Luke was kicking some butt in Salt Lake a couple of weeks ago. I saw him.
He did even better in Montana.
Luke's really on a roll right now.
Jeremy Parker, you need to Facebook message me, and I will get you the information, sign the forms, and all that stuff. Luke's debating on the supers. He's not so keen on it.
Luke will win the whole thing.
Yep.
He might.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting strong.
Oh, boy.
He is very strong. He is very strong now. This is just not a
old Coach Ray's got him on a regiment right now, he said.
Who's definitely not Frank? Probably Frank.
Definitely not Frank.
Definitely.
There he is.
Definitely not Frank.
Frank, his whole goal in this is just to win just as many times so he can get in the top 16 again.
Yeah, right? I just my job is to go for the lowest hanging fruit. I can't wait. It's like, the most dangerous person is the person who has nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying?
That is for sure.
That's my mindset. I'm coming out guns a-blazing.
I'll tell you what, I've gone to Illinois State before just to go old super heavyweights thinking I was going to go 2-0 and ended up going undefeated.
Yeah.
And that's a huge tournament.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the weight class, weight classes matter, obviously, but, you can go to some tournaments where the 220 weight class has 5 guys who are top 20 in the nation, and the supers have, some amateurs placing. So, it's always, I'm not saying Illinois State was like that. I'm just saying, it's case by case. I'm not the lowest rated. I'm not even the lowest rated person in the tournament.
No, you're mid level almost.
Yeah, I'm a mid level fat guy, and I'm so excited for that.
He admitted he was fat. You heard it.
Hey, I'm fat too. It's okay.
I was going to say, I think most of us are fat in the super.
I'm not.
Yeah. For damn sure.
I'm not proud of it. I mean, I just ate about 2 pounds of brisket, maybe 2 pounds of brisket, and then I shredded some up and made nachos with it. So, yeah,
I'm a little jealous of it.
I'm
Jeremy
filling out this
Parker
weight
is
class.
joining right now.
I'm actually trying to cut some weight.
You know this is supers, right? You don't.
Hey, I'm trying to cut weight too. How about that?
I'm trying to get my speed back.
Just get bigger.
Your speed back?
Yep.
Yeah, but after this, I got to cut back to 230 for Worlds.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm going at 189.
Have we already hashed out who's the sleeper in this whole thing?
No, we haven't gotten to that just yet.
I have my pick. I have my top 4 favorite, and then I have
let's hear Frank's top 4
sleepers. I have 4 people who I'm these are top 4. I don't know what order, and then I have 3 or 4 people who I'm these are 3 or 4 people who wouldn't surprise me to place in the top 6.
Let's hear it. What's your top 4 first?
I bet you they're all Texas people.
No, if I tell you my top 4, you'll just I don't want to hurt any feelings.
No, you're not going to hurt any feelings.
More motivation.
I guess yeah, okay.
Supers don't have feelings.
Okay,
no,
that's fair. That's fair.
We're all fat. We've been picked on our entire lives.
Well, I think one of the guys I had picked in my top 4 actually dropped out. They actually weren't that good, I guess.
I forget
who it was, but Is Russ still in it?
Russ is on the call.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm right here.
Okay, so Russ, Anthony Lowe, Brian Sitton, and there was one more guy who's a big name who I thought. Keep scrolling. Let's see here.
Michael
I
Edwards.
guess everybody else sucks. So maybe those are my top three.
Wait.
How do you
No,
really
I
feel?
think, but there's some sleepers there. There's somebody. So, y'all, I'm a 220. So, there's Joe Meek. Joe Meek's pretty good, I think. So I don't know the supers as well as I know all the 220s. I'm seeing really good things out of Scott Evans. That guy posted like a workout video, arm wrestling video every other day on Facebook. So
Who is also on this call?
oh, okay.
What's
I
up,
can't.
Frank?
Oh, what's up? I can't see anyone who's on the
Hey.
call. I only see the Excel sheet.
Are you gonna turn into the next John Grosselak there, Scott?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He said, yeah. He said, oh yeah. Yeah, no. John's super impressive. The guy was doing like 110-pound wrist flexion, side pressure lifts, like with a rolling handle, like just for reps, like sets of 15. I was like, yeah, I'm nowhere near that. And then John, kind of went 0-2. I was like, what the heck? I did not expect that. So
Weight don't make you better on the table. I wish I could say that they do, but they don't.
I mean, that's
They
coming
just
from the
intimidate
guy who was
everybody.
just doing those 155-pound hammer curls the other day. So what are you doing then?
Like I
All
said,
of
they
my
just intimidate
videos-
people.
Oh, okay.
All my videos,
I mean,
Frank, are talking about are table time. I don't lift weights. I only do table time.
okay, John Brzezinski. I didn't know John Brzezinski was on the call.
I wish that worked for me. It just doesn't.
Hey, Troy Brown is in the call, but is Troy Brown in this? No,
Yeah,
No,
No, he's just
he's
just here.
he's banned.
I'm in
He's
the
banned
call,
for
but I'm not
life.
in this.
Yeah,
He's just here for experience to tell people how it was.
He's here for emotional support. Appreciate it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Troy was in my top 4 in the last event. Actually, I think Troy may have been seated highest. Hey, ratings work. What the heck? What do you know?
It's amazing, isn't it?
What do you know? The highest rated guy won.
I mean, that is true. He was the highest rated, and he did win.
I don't know. It's crazy. People, I mean, unrelated to the Super 64, but I get and Flash Corey knows this. Get message. Hey, this guy's rated higher than me, and I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, can we fix it? I'm like, go arm wrestle him and beat him. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
you guys
that
think
doesn't
I'm
necessarily
kidding?
mean it'll fix it. I mean,
we get stuff like that all, dude, and it's crazy. Since we implemented states, we get messages all the time. Hey, I'm rated higher. I'm ranked higher than this guy in our Texas, or not Texas, but on our insert state rankings. Can y'all adjust it? I'm like, are you confused on how this works?
nobody understands that the rating is different than a ranking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Performance rating,
And then,
ranking, opinion.
yeah. Meanwhile, there's other people who, I mean, we get a lot of positive feedback too. People are like, wow, hey, we bicker all the time in our state about state rankings and overalls, and you guys made it easy for us. And I'm like, yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's how that's
There's
supposed
a
to
couple
work.
groups. Couple groups now have just dropped their rankings altogether. They just use ours now.
Sire Brown's one of the strong ones in this for sure.
Yeah, Saray is definitely strong.
He's getting stronger every time I run into him.
Yeah. He has a very unique style that is somewhat difficult.
His side pressure right now is getting pretty serious.
And he's getting faster too.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big dude too, isn't he?
Also.
He's
What's
gigantic.
Yeah, he's
he's
right now
6'4",
3'8".
6'3", something.
Yeah, he's 6. Yeah, right there, 6'4", 6'3", and he's weighing about 380. But he actually, he's weighing 380 as of last weekend, and he just dropped 40 pounds. So
he's strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
He's actually got a match against I believe he said the #1 guy in Mexico, but he may not be able to make it because his passport hasn't came in yet.
Oh.
So it's still up in the air. But
Yeah,
that's
Jeremy,
supposed to
I think you
happen.
do, man. I think you'll be one of the sleepers.
Jeremy's a sleeper.
Sleeper.
I gotta get his numbers real quick so I can
Jeremy
draft him
and
in with you.
Richard, honestly, are going to be some guys to worry about.
Jeremy's
Yeah.
a 1506.
But Jeremy's normally a
Because of
242 guy, right?
No,
he's
Jeremy's a
a
super.
Oh, which Jeremy? Not Jeremy Woodward.
Jeremy Parker.
Jeremy
Parker.
Parker. Oh my gosh. There's so many names.
Isn't that the best part?
Yeah, what are we at?
Seven.
Are we still hovering 50-ish, 55?
Jeremy
54?
Parker.
We are what at 58 now.
58.
Oh, good.
Not
Awesome.
too bad. Not too bad.
We're getting there, boys.
Jeremy Parker's 300 pounds. He's definitely on the super side.
He trades with Michael Todd. You see,
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, he's a King's mover,
No,
no,
he's a top
broken
roller.
elbow mover, shoulder press.
Hey, I gotta bounce back to my brisket party, but I'll talk to you guys later.
We'll see you later, Frankie.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Bye, guys.
Take care. Troy, how are you doing against Richard right now?
I can't
Huh?
stop him.
Oh, Richard on your okay.
If I get him in a hook, we might have something. But his hand's pretty strong right now.
I know he felt really good the last time he came to my house. But, like you said, the elevation may affect him a little bit.
It could. He's got to work on his endurance for this.
Yeah, that's one thing I was looking at is how many people are gonna have problems breathing and might need to bring some oxygen tanks or something. Have ambulances
Well,
on by.
I'm
You
training
may-
in
you may
Colorado,
want an
so I
ambulance
should
on
be good-
standby.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife's a nurse. We'll be fine. She's just like rolled the eyeballs at me.
She may have to recruit some of her friends to come help.
Yeah. What if we have some fatties roll over dead and we need to revive them or something?
Have an
'Cause
AED
the
on
elevation.
standby.
Some fatties.
I can do some CPR.
She can do CPR, so we'll be okay.
Just bring the
I
oxygen
haven't yet
tanks.
how to do it on a real person, but you know,
Not a.
First time for
Her
everything.
experience with CPR on a real person is limited, so
Thank goodness. I'm
thanks.
that good of a nurse. I take care of my patient before we get to them.
Yeah, she says she takes care of them before they get to that point. So
I'm like,
Yeah, but is she big enough to, like, do CPR on a 300-pound guy?
I mean, probably.
Tread lightly on that one.
We'll just assume that she probably won't let you just die. So
Just have an AED on hand. It'll be all right.
I still have a whole shitload of nose slaps. So what we'll do is just crack one of those bitches open and put it in the guy's nose and see what happens.
There you go.
There we go.
That nose slap, that shit will wake you out of death for sure.
I
I gave
yet to
myself
try
a
one.
sinus infection in my super match with that stuff.
Yeah, that's some violent stuff.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I don't think I need any part
I
of
had a
that.
headache for a week.
Yeah, that stuff will mess you up.
hmm Yep.
I didn't know I can actually do all these
bed
views.
because you're super sleepy.
Let's see here, Joe.
Who's your
Let's.
pick, Corey?
Oh man, you're gonna do that to me?
I am.
Everyone does that to me.
Yeah.
I hate having a pick.
You're the guy putting it on. You gotta have an idea.
Well,
I mean,
don't
the
know if
smart
you
guy
all-
would go with the highest rated one.
Yeah, that's,
That,
I mean,
that
that's
doesn't
pretty
mean
much
much.
it.
So.
Before he dropped out, I don't know if you guys saw who was on the list, but before he dropped out, he was my pick, but he dropped out because he says his shoulder's bugging him and stuff.
Yeah, my shoulder
but-
bugs me all the time.
Yeah, mine does
Yeah.
too.
But my pick would have been Robbie Topi.
Oh,
Robbie
yeah.
is significantly
Right-handed,
better
though?
left-handed. Yeah,
I was gonna say-
right-handed is not as money arm, but
I had a super match with him in last September.
yeah, how'd that go?
You'll have to watch World Series of Arm Wrestling on TV.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man, I after pulled with Robbie down at Monster Factory, and I couldn't do anything with him left-handed at all.
Yeah, his left hand is something else, but
He wouldn't grip up with me right-handed though. He was like, no. So
yeah, he says shoulder's really bugging him, and he just doesn't want to risk it.
is he still down around 242 though? Didn't he cut to 242 for a while?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a little bit lighter.
Yes, he is right now.
Oh hell, we got guys who are fucking 76. So I mean,
Yeah.
does that really matter?
No.
And those guys could sneak some wins in. Those guys are fast.
Very fast.
Yeah, there's the fast guys. I think will pay dividends in here.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I mean,
don't know
just
how many
look at
fast
that
guys there
Corey
are.
Miller guy. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he's
sneaks a lot of
douche.
wins in.
He hasn't hit anyone in like 6 months or so.
Yeah.
That guy is so slow now. It's ridiculous.
You need to get another practice put together.
Yeah, I do. I I have something next weekend. Otherwise, I would be practicing with you guys.
Hey, Corey, what about Fabian? Is he just way
I've
too
already
high?
I've already asked him, and he is on the fence right now.
Okay.
He won't do it.
Why?
He's not. I don't know.
He's ranked pretty high, or rated pretty high.
He
He lost a lot of points, and he actually makes it now. But I don't know.
I'm gonna message him.
His arms
I'm gonna
messed
be like,
up. And,
what a pussy.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he lives down the street from the venue.
Well,
Fabian's
he
a
should be in
vagina.
it.
He's scared because I entered.
Well, I mean, if you can talk him into it, fantastic.
I'll
Be
try.
one
I'll
step
message you
closer.
tomorrow.
Yeah, Anthony said that I've gotten fat. I might be fat, but I'm also really, really strong right now.
Hey, weight usually means strength, right? Usually.
Well, my reasoning for getting fat was because the WAC, they asked me to pull either. It was at first they told me to pull 172, and so I was all planning for it. But then they were having a hard time finding an 189 guy, so they asked me if I'd be interested, and I was weighing 180 at that time. And I was like, sure, I'll pull 89s, and so I just blasted off, and now I walk around at 189, and I feel really good. My elbow feels fantastic now, and my hand feels really strong.
Corey, with all the tournaments that we've been at together, I've never even gripped up with you. Not even after.
I know that's so crazy. I was saying that to someone else this last time. That I've been to a million tournaments with the guy and I never arm wrestled him, which is just bonkers. But yeah, I can't even tell you how many tournaments I've been to or you've been.
Yeah, it's been several the last few years, and I always mean to, but like by the time I get done pulling, I'm done, and I don't want to after pull.
Oh yeah, and I've pulled everyone else but you, so that's typically what happens.
Yeah,
but yeah, I know WAC is where I'm at for trying to make 189, and I got a beat on Dan Mosier, so
ooh,
he better be ready for a different version of me that not too many people have seen.
I don't.
Luke's on here. He can tell everyone what he felt. He knows.
Well, last time I practiced with you over there at Isaac's, you're feeling pretty stout.
Yeah, my arm definitely feels better than it ever has before. So
went from being able to hold you up there at your place, and then over there at Isaac's, I couldn't even slow you down.
Yeah,
I've been battling a lot of elbow issues. That's what screwed me at nationals, and something popped in it the other day, and the pain has almost gone away. So
yeah,
the right elbow's feeling a lot better.
I had that happen here a while back too.
Is this actually a real story, Anthony, or is that like made up? Because that's kind of funny. That's hilarious. But no,
Anthony, why are you not just on this call? Why do you not just call in?
he hates confrontation. He said that's real. That's hilarious. I don't remember that. I wonder when that was. Huh. That's
9
funny.
years ago, that had to have been right around the time he started.
Yeah, he hasn't been enormous on that long. Oh, small tournament in Dallas. I wonder if 9 years ago, Dallas tournament. I bet there's a system I could look that up in. Probably. I had to
Corey,
have been like 54s or 76. What's up?
Did old Anthony Laterio ever turn in any brackets to you?
Unfortunately, no. Anthony said that he threw away every single bracket, and so
God,
I was
that
unable
sucks.
to get any
Uh-oh.
PAF stuff.
I pulled a lot of his tournament.
You are not the only person to complain about that. That's just unfortunate. I have literally thousands or hundreds from Karen Bean and all kinds of paper from her, hundreds from Bill Collins and Denise and Leonard, and James Reed's been sending me old stuff. I mean, I got 1,000 events now. But
I pulled a lot of PAF tournaments, a lot of Laterios, a lot of Denise and Leonard's,
yeah,
and WAL.
yeah, I got a handful of WLs. James still has to go through a bunch of stuff. He says he has some. Karen Bean sent me a handful of WAL stuff too.
You guys think WAL really will come back or not?
No.
No. Not in the same capacity if it does.
I don't think so.
But yeah, that's unfortunate about the PAF thing. I mean, I already had a ton of people ask me about that.
I'm just curious because I'll bet I pulled 3 or 4 of his tournaments a year.
Oh yeah, he used to have a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had tons of tournaments.
Need to get that TV show going again, Game of Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
This stuff that Greg Sharp's doing with the World Series of Arm Wrestling is pretty neat, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
It's something.
It is. I mean, I'd like to be a little more involved. It just seems like lately his tournaments have been at the worst possible time for me.
I'm just lucky that he always has one down the street from me in Utah.
Who, John? Or you're talking about John Brazine Cup?
No. Greg Sharp stuff.
Oh, Greg.
For the World Series Arm Wrestling. So last year he
Yeah.
had one over here in Utah, and he's having one in Utah here again.
Yeah.
In August.
Yeah.
I went to the one he had in St. Louis or Kansas City, I think it was. But that was right after my left bicep tear. So again, I was pulling one with just one hand.
Okay.
When he had the one here in Utah last September, that's when me and Robbie had the super match on his TV show. It'll be on season 2 when it comes out soon.
Oh, you just let loose the news. Naughty.
Shit.
Well, he didn't say who won. He just said that there's a super match on there.
That's all I said.
Mm-hmm. I know what it's gonna go down.
I just lost all idea.
I know because I know it's in my system.
Right. You know everything.
I know everything about everyone.
I can't hide anything from you.
Yeah. Why would you want to? Yeah. No, I was gonna say, Frank and I have the next thing that we're working on big time after the state thing gets finished up here, which I hope everyone likes the state thing because that was a big ask from a lot of people. But the next biggest thing that I want to get done is an actual real event calendar, event promotions, so you don't have to go out to Facebook to find all these events. Like all the promoters are already sending us stuff, so if events posters are in our event posted in Aries, and then your results are in Aries, you can just one-stop shop it. So we want to promote the promoters, we want to promote their events, we want to promote their results, all that stuff for them. And then everyone doesn't have to run around looking for everything either. Kind of like the Northeast board used to be back in the day, without all the BS. So
That's before my time.
yeah, you guys probably don't remember that, but I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that I've been arm wrestling for longer than most of you guys.
Yeah.
But there used to be a location called the Northeast Board, which was like a little messaging board, and everything used to be on there. No one went to Facebook. No one even cared about Facebook. But
I knew a little bit about it when I first started, but then everything went to Facebook.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Facebook has kind of ruined things, in my opinion. But
I think social media has ruined a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I would like for Aries to have everything there. All your events that are coming up are there. All your events that results are there. Your ratings and everything are there. Hopefully, some people find the value of not having a rankings or less of a ranking and using more of a rating, and then so on and so forth, making it easier for everyone to know where everything's going on.
My favorite part about it is being able to go back and look at every individual tournament and see who I competed against, because a lot of times I forget names and what happened at a particular tournament. So that to me is the best part.
Yeah, looking up all your stuff, all your old stuff, how good that person actually is and isn't, Yeah, we actually have a program that we wrote in the background that allows me to see your to compare two people. So I can pull like you versus say Scott for an example, and I can actually compare the two of you and see your best 5 best wins, his best 5 wins, and the paths of victories between the two of you. So like Scott beat this guy who beat this guy who beat you, and so on and so forth.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
So that is something we have in the background that we have built in that we just don't share right now, but could be something put into the front end so you could like actively compare yourself to someone else and see, what their best 5 wins are and stuff. Because that's like one of the things I use right now is to find out you compared to someone else. I also pull your best wins to see if you qualify for this. Like Richard, for an example, he is rated really high right now, but his best 5 wins is 1550 guys. So he's beating guys of your guys' level all the time, but he's only has like 1 or 2 wins on guys that are a 1600.
Yeah,
I actually think his best win is you, Troy. I think that's it.
Yeah, probably so.
Which is why one of the reasons why I let him in is because he only has 1 good win essentially. Not that his other wins aren't good, but you know what I mean.
Well, guys, I got to run. Corey, thanks for having me on the show, bud.
Yeah,
thanks for coming out.
We'll do it again for sure.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get this thing filled up. I mean, if anyone else is out there listening, definitely tell your friends. Let's get this thing filled. I mean, it's very hard to pay out the 5,000 without the 64. So it's all self-funded. All of our referees, everything is paid through this money. So
question, Corey, let's just theoretically say that I win and I get the $5,000.
Theoretically,
do I have to go to Worlds before I get any of that reimbursement?
Oh, no. Oh, no. So Troy could tell you how this works because he's actually done it twice now. But you'll go. You'll fill out this form afterwards, and it tells me everything you wanted to or you paid for or whatever, and then we reimburse you. So depending on what you want to do, like Troy went to nationals He got room, all of his entry fees. I think hotel, or I don't know what else he did on there. Flight, hotel, room, and entries or something. But yeah, if you go to Worlds, and the expenses or whatever else, once you got them all, fill out the forms and send it to us, and it takes me a couple days, and I can get the money out and
Awesome.
send it to you. I mean, Trey can tell you he's already done it twice now.
Yeah, it's
Right,
pretty easy
right.
with us.
Yeah, and in the form that we send you, if you win, it allows you to take the payout. If you want to just take cash, that's also fine. It's obviously less money, but
Yep. It's like what, $1,500 or something
yeah,
compared to 5.
1,500.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I've already almost used that much up almost.
Yeah.
He's taking full
That'd be
advantage.
one plane ticket to Greece, honestly. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
okay,
then like Andy got $500 and he spent it all at nationals. He paid his whole trip. So,
right. Okay, my other question:
mm-hmm.
does that only cover my expenses, or like getting my wife there too?
It would just be for you. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And Troy will tell you too, is we ask you to wear the jersey and to promote us and
Yeah.
share and all that kind of stuff,
No,
But
absolutely.
I know that's a little difficult at Worlds because you're forced to wear your Team USA stuff.
Work, yeah. But in all everything else, you can wear that jersey and promote it.
Yeah. And like Troy got a backpack. This time we're doing a decent larger size gym bag, kind of like
Nice.
that you can take on a plane and stuff. I don't. Do you wear the jacket? I saw you wear the jacket. I think. Do you like that jacket? Was that a good one?
Yeah, I like it. I wore it a couple times before it got hot.
Yeah, I kept using it as like for here, and I'm like, what if someone who lives somewhere hot wins this thing? They're never gonna wear this fucking thing. So
It gets cold here in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Like
go
it was
with
80
something
degrees
like
here today.
I did
Yeah.
wear it in Ohio that one day.
Yeah, it's not like a super warm one, but it's like a bomber jacket or whatever. But
No, I mean I'm all about it, Corey. I'll do whatever. I want to go to Greece, and this will help if I can do it. So
yeah, definitely, yeah. And unfortunately, if we don't hit the 64, I gotta adjust the 5,000. But
no, absolutely. I mean, I understand.
I'm hoping hard that we can. I've been messaging everybody like these things like this will help us get people like Jeremy. And as long as we get that 64, last time we were able to hit a couple other sponsors. I know Danny Gillian wants to help us out again, so he helped us get like all of our awards and stuff, and some
Danny is a
extra
great
shirts.
dude. I love Danny.
Yeah, no, he's awesome, and he loved the event and stuff, and ran smooth and all that. But yeah, we just keep trugging, see if we can get these guys to sign up.
6 more, right? And then
Yeah,
hopefully they all stick with it till June.
yeah. I mean, Troy can tell you this too. I had this thing filled, 20 times, and I had 20 plus people back out at the last minute.
Oh, trust me, I know. Yeah.
Please do not back out if you're in this now. Please don't back out.
I'm not backing out. One of my training partners backed out, but he had a lot of issues come up.
Oh, that was one of the guys who backed out recently?
No, the 42 guy. Josh Wood.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone had, legitimate excuses, I guess, but
yeah,
but yeah, hopefully I can get some more of these people. I'm just looking through the list, and I just noticed Dave Morocco actually qualifies. I wonder if he would do it. I wonder if Dave would jump on here. If they still lose if they sign up and they pay the 100 and they bail out, then yeah, they're losing the 100. We had a couple of people do that last time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I put it out there, is because I'm taking a risk. You're taking a risk. You should be serious about it. You know, it's kind of why we do it. But all right, guys.
Yeah.
We'll try to get a bunch of the other guys on next time, and maybe I'll even do a seeding of the actual people again and get it closer to what it should be, so we can kind of figure out where matches will be and stuff. It'll be a little bit easier once I have all 64. That's the key.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it'd be nice just to see kind of who you're close to.
I'll run the numbers and get us in the ranges we need, so you can pretty much figure it out after that point.
Okay. Corey, thank you. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah. Yep. Till next time, guys.
See you.
Troy, have a good night, man.
You too, Russ.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later.